Good morning and hello. Happy Memorial Day holiday weekend to all the traders and investors out there. This is modified Darvas box, better known as Roaring Darvas box, and maybe soon to be not Roaring Darvas box. I'm here with a weekend review video, and there's a lot going on, and it's kind of a heck of a week that we had. With Friday, wow, the day before a major holiday weekend, really surprised the heck out of me. But there's some interesting things going on in the market. In fact, there most of the time there's interesting stuff happening, but it's really kind of wild with the whole AI universe and stuff like that. So I'll show, and I found something interesting which I'll show you in a sec. Uh, so for anybody who's never watched one of my videos here, I am an independent trader, investor, whatever you want to call me. And I developed my own unique trading system for the stock market based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. And then also I've incorporated some elements of the strategy. And, and basically I've got things on my charts here, which are boxes from Darvis, and then I've got colorings to help give me signals, like different colored bars. And these signals really guide me in what do I want to do in the stock market. Are they signals to buy or sell, or maybe just signals to pay attention? Maybe the market's making a decision. You never quite know until something happens. But signals help you prepare for potential action, and but it's really the reaction to the signal which is where you are taking action. Are you truly buying? Is the signal going to trigger? Is it going to go what's called in force? Uh, that's really what you're looking for. Signals are what prepares you for something, and then the reactions are where you actually take the action, whether buy or selling. And there were a lot of signals that triggered off, but what was interesting is some of them had a lot of volatility. I mean, Thursday had after Nvidia earnings had a lot of volatility. So, for my system where you've got the signal and then the reaction, some of the reactions this week were up, down, up, down, up, down, and what you really want is for it to hit the trigger and then just go. And that takes a lot of the guesswork out of trading. It takes a lot of the volatility out. Once you're in a position that's working, you can then manage it. But to have volatility where it's up, down, up, down, up, down through that trigger point, oh, it just makes life hell. And there were some this week which I tried that were very difficult. When that happens, markets get very difficult. But some things are just moving and trending and doing great, and other stuff is not. So you'll see more what I mean on that. Uh, so I have my stocks here in six different lists, which I'm constantly rearranging names among them. It's sort of a form of relative strength, and and there are plenty of stocks I do not track, which are doing great, which are superstars. I can't track everything. I'm not a hedge fund. I'm a private guy who trades. So if I miss stuff, I don't worry about it. I just let it go. There's plenty of opportunity out there, and I'm sure you'll be able to find this too. Finding the winners, though, if you can't find the winners, you should be either looking for big volume. Volume you can't hide from everybody, or follow people who are in the right stocks on Twitter. Okay, let's get into it. So, last thing I want to show you is this handy picture. So, if you've ever been wondering what is going on in the AI universe and which stocks to follow, which are related, somebody on the internet, I did not create this, somebody out there on Twitter made this picture chart. And I thought it was fantastic for keeping track of how this all relates to the little AI micro universe. And it's a great graph. Take a look at it. Look at all these companies. There's some on here I don't follow, which I need to add. Others have already had huge moves, and you know maybe I've missed the move, but okay, well, this helps you build a list. So take a screenshot of that and plug them in, and maybe it'll help you make money in that sector. All right, so let's get into it. AMZ, the trend is moving up. Oil is going sideways, so that means the AMZ is moving sideways. This is MLPs, which are fantastic for income, and look at that! Look at that lovely uptrend. To buy stuff that pays income that also goes up, oh, it's like nirvana. Here we are, ARK. I don't really recommend anybody have ARK, but I keep this chart around because it's got great examples of the colors. Oh, and by the way, to my one watcher, here is the ticker symbol and the names. So hopefully that makes it easier to see and see the stuff we're talking about. So ARK, just example of signals. Yellow bar buy signal, blue pay attention signal, pink pay attention signal, light gray inside bars. Inside bars are 50-50 propositions. They can go either way. It means the market's is indecisive, and you can prepare yourself to maybe trade once the market makes a decision. Like right here, made a decision down. There you go. But these signals, just help, and the reaction to the signals are never guaranteed. But if you hit it right, and the market does what you think it's going to do, well, you can do well. But ARK, look at this, lumbering around, bottom of its Darvas box. And note here, the market sold off a couple months ago, and then it sort of rebounded, and the winners have taken off, and the not so great stuff has sort of futzed around like that. So that's a common sort of theme in various charts. And personally, I'm a little concerned about the overall U.S. economy. Did you know that the yield curve is still inverted? An inverted yield curve is usually a precursor to recessions, but it takes a while for them to kick in. And I saw one tweet out there by Tom McClellan that said it's been like 15 months. And I'm like, damn, that's a long time for the yield curve to be inverted. So maybe the AI universe is doing great, but is Main Street doing great? Well, I don't know. And it's something that's I've been thinking about a lot lately. This is oil. Speaking of economic slowing, oil right here, it's going slowly down, and this measures supply and demand. Commodities do that better. I've been trying to draw a Darvas box here, like here, then I had to readjust to here, and it keeps going down. It's here, here. So it still hasn't found a bottom. Maybe it finds a bottom here at this moving average I use. I don't know. I don't really use moving averages like a lot of other people do. I don't really feel they're necessary. In many ways, I feel they're stupid because it's a 50-50 proposition. It's like an inside bar. What am I supposed to do at a moving average? Do I buy or do I sell? I really don't know. But I use it just as sort of a red light, green light. If it's above, okay, it should be positive. If it's below, then it's probably going to be negative. And that's it. That's all I use it for. Here we go, the NASDAQ. Okay, this is the real interesting thing. NASDAQ. There's that sell down, and now, man, they've just been buying it for 5 weeks straight. And we had the box breakout right here, and volume just continues to pour into the index. And this is mostly dominated by the large mega caps, Meta and Google and so on, Nvidia. So maybe maybe it relates more to this AI microverse than a lot of other indexes. So we want to see if there's any correlations on here or not, but man, money sure is pouring into it. And that is a valid box breakout, bull market. Ethereum, a bull market. Look at that box breakout right there. But it went through all this big pullback and then all of a sudden turned around. No offense, I don't follow really Ethereum all that much or crypto. I have no idea why this did what it did. And everybody was claiming, oh man, it was so obvious in here and it's so obvious. Yeah, bullshit. where is the obvious signal? Maybe this right here, maybe. But would you really expect a move from 22 to 34 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 6 days off of this? Come on, man. So if you see anybody, if you're following anybody who's claiming they nailed it, they followed it, they saw it coming a mile away, please, they're all just bullshitting. I don't see it. I don't see a thing. All I see is an inside resolved down, like here, right here. Inside bar resolved downwards, right there. Do another one. Inside bar resolved downwards, but didn't quite stick, and then sort of futzed around and all that. I mean, come on, man. Anybody claiming to have seen that way ahead of time, you're crazy. But it's doing really well. So congrats to the crypto people. Box breakout here. This is growth proxy, but not much is going on. Normally, I like to go through charts quickly, and I've developed a tendency to talk too much on these videos, so we're going to try and whip through it as best we can. China, look at that. You had that move, which they talked about for a month, and well, whoops. If you were a real systematic trader, you would have been out right there. As soon as price broke the low of one of the bars, yeah, you're out. And that would be a nice short-term trade. Bitcoin not moving as good as Ethereum, but looking poised for maybe a box breakout. There's no big volume in here, but yeah, it looks fine. Gold failed breakout, but like I noted last week, drink on all these ones where they tried to break out with no volume. And what happens? If they break out no volume, the odds are that you see a failure. Not always, but on average, it's more likely than not to fail back into the box when there's no volume. That's why I pointed it out last week. And I'm like, drink, because there were so many. And I was like thinking, man, these breakouts are all kind of weak. Where's the big buyers? And that's kind of what happens on some of them. Nothing there, nothing there. Housing. Housing had a bearish shooter bar right there. And look at how it resolved downwards here. Is that bullish or bearish? If housing could get AI, then housing probably would be going through the roof. But this is that difference between the AI economy portion and then the real economy portion. Maybe the yield curve is starting to really bite. I don't really know how it impacts, but high interest rates, how many people are buying homes, etc. Commercial real estate I know is really struggling, but their stuff is all deals with lendings and refinances and types of loans. I've got a friend who knows a ton more about that, and he tells me that there's some horror stories out there in commercial real estate, like you bought a building for 150 million and now you sold it for 30 million. Oh my God, but thank God I don't know anything about that, but oh my goodness. But you see, housing weakness right there. Micros, nothing. IWM, everybody loves it. I don't know why. Nothing going on. Healthcare, that prick Obama screwed everything up. Yeah, you've heard me say that before. Look at that. Rebounded right to its old way. Now sort of turning down a little bit. Keep an eye on that. Transports. This sort of stood out to me as well here. That was a box breakdown on Thursday. And now it just rebounded just enough to be not a breakdown. But you got sell off here, a big volume rebound, which kind of triggered, but then it failed and now they're selling it again. Is that a symptom of a healthy economy? Well, again, maybe that's that yield curve biting. I don't know. But I think it just shows that there's a real split developing between the AI groupings and everything else. And it's hard to pick them out on the chart still. Like for example, this is NASDAQ 100 equal weighted. Is that a roaring new bull market? Because it's equal weighted. Whereas the NASDAQ goes to You know, it's dominated towards the big ones that are working. So, yeah, there's that gold one again. I own this one, but I could sell right here on the failure, but I think gold's going to be around needed for a long time. So, and I'll just wait for the moving average to come back. QQQs going up, but drink right there. See, but this one is so related to the Nasdaq, it hasn't failed back into the box. RSP, on the other hand, equal weighted S&P 500. Is that a new roaring bull market? No. Interest rates, anything there? No. Semiconductors getting dragged higher. Drink, missing the volume, but hey, it's working. And why not? Because AI needs microchips. S&P 500 dragged upwards, but low volume breakout. Drink, and it's just telling. Looking at the S&P 500 versus the equal weighted. Equal weighted is not doing nearly as well. So it's that mega cap component that's tilting everything. SPY, low volume. So I don't know. Maybe next week, if this maybe tilts back down into here, that would negate the breakout. Because I usually do a 3-week count, the week that comes out, and then +2. But maybe it fails back in. Or week 4 is where a lot of failures occur. That'll be like over here. And then the box will close and then it'll fail. So I don't know. We'll see. Sentiment took a plunge. Is this AI sentiment? No. AI sentiment is way up here. This is more general sentiment. It's kind of low. Stocks above the 200. Nothing there. Oh. Stocks above the 40-day moving average. Took a little bit of a plunge there. Interesting. The tan right here, solar. There's a yellow bar buy signal. And if you recall on the list here, you got First Solar and ENPH, both solars. Well, there you go. That accounts for AI needs tons of electricity. So there you go. That's a signal right there. Very bullish. Amazing, because I crapped on this thing for months and months and months. But we see a signal, and actually, you know what's funny? Let me take you back. The signal here, that's a signal. Now we got to see the reaction to the signal. And so if you see this on the weekend, you think, all right, maybe I need to allocate to some solar. So how do you do that? Well, if it's up in here, you probably want to buy it. If it opens lower or anything, maybe you want to hold off. Probably your buy is going to be somewhere up in here, but we don't know what the market's going to do. So keep an open mind next week, and we'll see what happens. But put solar down on your potential bullish stuff to look at. Look at this. I'm looking for signals. Those are uranium, box breakout, and then even bigger selling on uranium. What is the deal with this? I don't know. The VIX making new lows. What is this? Commercial real estate or REITs? Not going nowhere. Sideways. Notice here on the ITB, housing was looking down. This is also a similar setup, but it wasn't on much lower volume. So one was new construction. This is just housing. But we'll see what happens next week. Energy, XLE coming in. Is that a box breakdown? Nope, missed it by 2 cents. Financials coming in a little bit. Yeah, okay. Basically, if you're a tech company, get reincarnated. If you die, ask God to reincarnate you as a tech AI company. Okay, list 2, best of the best. These should have textbook Darvas box breakouts. ANET, look at that, some volatility in there, but did it close above? Yep, it closed above the pivot by 13 cents. Way to go, guys. And actually, this needs to be closed off. 1 plus 2. Is that a super duper setup for future gains right there? Breakout, then struggling 2 weeks after? But maybe it keeps going higher. You know, if it's part of the AI universe, where is it? Here we go. Lower right side, networking. Box breakout, struggled a little bit, but here's an example of one of those triggers. Triggered to the downside, went down, and then popped right back up. So if you traded that to the short side, well, that was a very short-lived short. But you get some more selling volume here, red volume, interesting. Bros, I sold this one. One thing I don't like on my stocks is the number of shares outstanding. Bros has 177 million shares outstanding. When you have a ton of shares outstanding, it makes moves shorter. Because if Bros went up $10 a share, that's $1.7 billion of market cap added. Are their results strong enough to support an additional 1.7 Bs? No, come on. It's good. They were good, but they're not that good. In fact, let's take a look. So on Bros, I took the 20% gain, and you see they made 4 cents a share, 9 cents a share. The percentage moves are doing nice, but to add almost $2 billion, they're not making that much. A dime on 170 is 17 million. Does making 17 million bucks, oopsie, justify going a lot higher? No, not really. So I took the 20%er gain, bought here, sold here, and it turns out it was a pretty good decision. And when I used, see the line there? I used the daily chart. You had this inside bar right here, and when it hit, I saw the pullback, and it was like, well, so I sold on this day, and then actually it tumbled a bit more. So there's that regular economy versus the AI economy. But keep this on my radar list for future. This one doing great. There's that inside bar. If you miss the breakout here, you could have bought it off of the inside bar and you'd be long and strong in this one. I still have never seen this restaurant or eaten there, so I've let it pass, but it looks great. AI power. You have the power. Look just how great this looks. Starting in here, you had a couple weird signals here, but if you believe in the theme, that the theme is so strong, man, these are killer names. But you got to believe. Conviction keeps you in. Like when this one, like when they're having some bad days in here, it's that conviction. Man, AI needs 100 times more power. And that allows you to overcome it and sit. Carvana, see, had a negative trigger right there. It's still in a box breakout, which is why it's on this list. But there was a chance to get in. I had alerts set on the top, and they never went off. But they did on the downside. I didn't own any, so I just let it go. But example of signals and reaction to signals. And if you were bearish on Carvana, well, guess what? You're up, $5, $6, $7 a share. Well, not bad. Deck, box breakout. Lovely. Did this on Friday. So if you're long, you love the shoes they sell. Lovely uptrend. Took off again right there. If you bought down here in 2022, let's see. And if you sat with it, that's a four bagger. And it's funny, the law of big numbers, this has gone up 4 times in 2 years or whatever. Well, can you find stocks that go up 4 times in 6 months? Everybody goes off on Nvidia and how great it is. Nvidia's only like doubled, and Nvidia's gone up a lot, but it all depends when you bought it. But deck looks great. For solar, looks like they discovered that this will be included in electricity for AI, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why it went, but it did have a Darvas box breakout here. It really struggled down in here, and now somebody said, wow, AI needs electricity. This is a good one here, inside bar there. This one's hard to trade. I tried it in here, I failed. Qualcomm. Is there anybody out there talking about Qualcomm? Look at that. Box breakout, and here's where Qualcomm started moving. Yellow bar buy signal. Look at that. Looks gorgeous. And I have no idea if Qualcomm has anything to do with AI, but man, that's a great trade right there. I don't trade large caps like that just because I probably already have some in like ETFs and family trusts and stuff like that. So, but it just is gorgeous. SE, I do own this one. Blue bar signal with a pullback here. To me, this is a very bullish setup. But again, this is 50-50 right here. So place your alerts, and if you want to buy it, well, here's a good opportunity right there. But I bought it here and here. Let's see. Let's keep going. This one. Here's one that would have been a pain in the ass. It triggered, but then didn't stick, went down. You'd have bought it, and then you sold it. This one looks fantastic. SN, Shark Ninja. Every time I hear that, I think of the movie Sharknado. There, another one. AI, electricity for AI. Look, God, look at that. If somebody had whispered to me, AI needs a shit ton of electricity, but I had no clue. I did not know. I don't know. There it is. It's up a lot. What's its market cap? 33 billion. Wow. At some point, I think the Googles and the AI and the Nvidias, they're going to buy all their own power plants or they'll build them. That would be funny if they bought like Pacific Gas and Electric and then they turned off the power for everyone's homes and diverted it all into servers. Maybe it'll happen. You never know. Walmart. Box breakout, looking good there. Walmart. I try to avoid Walmart whenever possible. And it's because I love America, but America can be ugly. Let's see, what's that? Oh, Apple. Yeah, Apple, boy, AI leader, huh? Yeah, not. But positive at the moment, but definitely not a number one trade. But list 3 here is stuff that's doing good, but isn't textbook. So hopefully we can go through these real quick. AMD finally resolved to the upside. Here is the big shorting on AMD. And look, volume, finally a little sliver of volume, but AMD's not a number one name at this point. Anything there? Nope. And you see little box breakout here, but low volume. Drink. Box breakout failure. Oh, this should go back in the just watching list. And that's got an inside bar, so maybe next week. Box breakout. It's working, but low volume. Yeah, beats me. Costco. Box breakout, low volume. Drink. 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 But this is an interesting one. This is why sometimes they can work if the theme or conviction is strong enough. Box breakout here. No volume. Futzed around there. finally started moving. Oh, wait, Dell sells AI computers, starts moving, and now all of a sudden people realize they don't own enough Dell. All right, good job, Dell. Tried to box break out here and they sold it. But I guess they've decided, the powers that be, that this one here, this one, interesting, but it's just not going. Big volume caught my eyes here, and oh, I was playing with this. I need to put my buys in here. But I sold this one. Where did I buy it? I bought it right like in there, because you got a signal here, and I sold this at the same time I sold Bros, just because it was struggling. It's not going up, and it was beginning to threaten the cost basis and all that. So I only sold for a very small profit, nothing special. But the big green volume, I think, is something worth paying attention to. But the market doesn't seem to be excited about this one at all. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have given this stuff back. Moved up, and then gave it all back. And you can see the decline in relative strength, just how it traded during the day. Look at that. See? Peaked here and just, while everything else is going up, and it's coming back down. But we'll keep an eye on this, so we'll put this in list 6. This one right here, not doing much. Go back to list 6. Bullish resolution, box breakdown right here, but signal right here and resolved higher there. We'll keep this like here. GME gave a downside trigger right there. It did trigger. If you shorted it, you made a few bucks. You of course made a lot more money if you shorted up here. Now we know that after hours, it's got some stuff going on, but it beats me. I don't really know. But you did have the start signal right there. So my system, my coding picked up the start, but I wasn't watching. Google, keep going higher. Hood, I tried this one and it shook me out. Oh, it's a little hard to see with the circles, but again, signal, reaction to signal. I bought it right in here. It went up, it was doing great, and then started coming right back down. And I ended up selling it for like pennies. And you know, some people were yelling at me, saying, well, what the hell am I doing? I should hold it. But then it kept going down. And then only on Friday did it rebound and look good. Otherwise, it would have looked a lot worse. Oop. So it's a box breakout here, but a sloppy one. Actually, that's the wrong one. Sloppy because it's got 874 million shares outstanding. That's a big fat whale. It's very hard to move these big battleship stocks when they have that many shares. There's always somebody out there looking to sell. They just trade sloppy, in my opinion. PLTR is another one that trades sloppy like a big fat whale. So I don't get too upset when they don't work out. Looks good. Oh, JP Morgan, look at that. A breakout, now a pink bar signal. Oh, looks okay. Moving up. And my boy. So I own ML. I've owned this since August. I'm going for the long-term capital gain here. And my friends, that is a textbook Darvas box breakout. It did struggle. It tried it here, came in a little bit. I don't know why. And then on Friday, this ripped. And frankly, all my failures, well, this pays for them all. And then some. Because I own a chunk. And remember how we mentioned about how great Deckers, it's gone up 4 times in 2 years? Yeah, well, this one in less than a year has gone up 16. Somebody do the math. I'm long at 16. 16 into 93. 93, whoops, come on. 93 divided by 16, whoop. That's 5.8 times. So I'm outperforming the NVIDIA and Deckers on this one. Woohoo! And this one definitely comes off the list. This one, another good one. I've tried trading this yellow bar up. Looks great. I didn't buy it, but that looks fantastic. Now I wish I did. Drank. Drank. That looks very average. Here we go, NVIDIA. Textbook Darvas box breakout. And it really is a winner, but if you bought the breakout here, well, 500, you've doubled. You've got a double. If you bought it all the way back here at the beginning of this little run, 167, 168, so 1064. There you go, 6.3 times your money. I mean, that's fantastic. You would have been paying attention right here, but you see right there, hey, my system, my coding, whoop, yellow bar buy signal right there. But you had to be paying attention, and I didn't know anything about AI. Panw, God, this is the Nancy Pelosi name. How did she do it? She's the greatest trader on the planet. And all on a $200,000 salary. Amazing. The Stinger. This one. Natural gas was maybe showing something, but nope, not doing it. Looks great. Looks great. Keeps going higher. Oof. Workday. Who ran a train on Workday? I thought everything in technology went up. So you got box breakout here, pink bar signal here. Ugh, that was, I believe, their last earnings. Sell down, big sell down, bear selling, box breakdown, but no volume. Some crazies thought that, hey, no, this can't be that bad. Yeah, it is that bad. Something's gone wrong with Workday. And maybe that's the opportunity for Monday. I don't know. But that's bearish as frack. Let's put this on the avoid. And that finishes that list. Let's look at the bearish stuff. Bill, I'm short Bill. Bye, Bill. And you see, take the chart in as a whole. Red, 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 red. Pink signal here. There's another saying, what goes down and down to the right tends to keep going down and to the right. What keeps going up and to the right tends to keep going up and to the right. That just looks awful. Bullish. Nothing special here, but this should go under list 3. So this is an example of moving stuff around on lists. I had this one coin as potential bearish because it was scraping these lows. Apparently it's turned around. So we'll put this more in the medium because there's no real signals that I see. This one's still in flux. I thought this company was the great solver of all our problems. Guess not. Housing. There we go. Blue bar signal. I started following some home builders. Signal, and there's a trigger there. Donnie boy, I love you, Donnie. I'll vote for you for president, but your stock is no bueno. Elf. Ooh, look at that reaction. Very nice. Very nice. That's number 3. Yep, we know that one. Steel, yeah. PLTR. Wait, I thought this was the AI stock. Everybody had to own it. Bearish white bar signal. Futzed around into 2 inside bars, and it just doesn't look all that great. Where's the big green volume? Well, I pointed out big fat whale stuff here. It has 2.2 billion shares outstanding. To go up $1 is $2 billion in market cap. Come on. If this was 200 million, oh, this would be a super performer. But 2 billion shares is too many. Ugh, that looks awful. Upstart, yeah, look at that, giving it up. Valid shooter signal, triggered downside. You can make money on shorts, but it's not easy. ZS, I should have kept this short. I covered right here, shorted here, covered here. Look at that, just keeps going down. Well, that's annoying. All right, let's start to get into the home stretch, wrap this up. List 5, worst of the worst, or at least they shouldn't look all that good. There we go. Airbnb. White bar sell signal. No real box breakdowns or anything. A valid inside bar signal. I shorted it, and everything was going great until frickin' yesterday when, for no reason, well, hey, the buyers just wanted it, and they start raising the price till they hit my entry and knocked me out. It's so annoying, but hey, that happens. So, but I might short it again, just because I'm so annoyed. But you know, it is what it is. This one's not looking so good. This one might have some short appeal because it's a firm. That's the number one reason. Buy now, pay later. Good Lord. Pink bar warning. Oh, it attracted some green volume here. I'm assuming this is earnings. But look at it give up the ghost on Friday. Or not Friday, but this past week. That's setting up for a box breakdown. And when I do shorts, they're really to hedge the longs. But also they're kind of fun when they work. But you're not looking to get rich on a short. You're looking to make maybe like 20% or so. But it's a wonderful hedge if markets turn down. Yuck. Oh, pulled right back in. Now I gotta change the color. Another example of things when you think they're going one way and then the market changes its mind and you gotta rethink. Looks bad. Box breakdown. Box breakdown. I tried shorting this one. Oh, I gotta put the circles. It triggered for a nanosecond. And here's why it didn't work. Big sell down, box breakdown, another signal here, but you see the green. Buyers were stepping in. They're saying, no, this isn't so bad. We like it. It may have been too much at 205 or whatever, but at 165, we think it's a great deal. And you see the volume flowing into that. And that's why it's not working to the further down. Longs are stepping in because for whatever reason they think this is a good value here. All right, well. But that's why if you're going to try stuff, you got to look at the volume, in my opinion. Dash, no. Oof. Anything sticking out? This one I'm still short. It's irritatingly going sideways. But is there any big green volume in here? No. It's just sort of hanging around. But I fully expect this one to start dropping more soon. Gotta adjust these box charts, baby. It's part of the work which I do. Work, work, work. So much work. But if it works out, you make a shit ton of money. This one, eh. Roku? Who the hell uses Roku? I was like, why are they buying back in here? And look, it went up for a little bit, but no, it's resuming the downtrend. Shop. Hey, Goldman recommended it this week. I don't understand. I thought Goldman is your friend. Goldman Sachs is your friend and wants to make you money. Yeah, Goldman's not your friend. I love the thing I posted the tweet. When is a gift not a gift from that awful Dune movie? Shop looks like it's in trouble. And again, maybe this is a reflection of the greater American economy. Maybe the yield curve. Consumers don't have enough money. So AI may be doing great, but the rest of the economy may be sucking, which is definitely concerning. You know, SoFi, they love it. Bear signal here, just can't resolve, but this looks kind of bearish to me. I wouldn't buy it. Uber. I thought the economy was doing great. How can Uber be going down? Yeah, there's that work day. We know about them. All right, let's wrap it up. List 6. This one, Berkshire. Well, Berkshire represents America pretty well, and that's sort of going sideways. But if Berkshire takes a tumble, well, then we'll know to get real worried. Well, ugly shoes are in a bull market. Drink. ENPH Solar, but hasn't had a box breakout. Nice little move here. I do like the greens that are coming through here, but it had some chances to signal in here and it didn't. And only now it's getting the attention. Well, I think FSLR may be the one to look at and not this one. Giga Cloud Technology. I have no idea what this company does or anything, but I've decided to track it. That inside bar there, and just a god awful day here. And look at this. Big red, big red, big red. The greens are much smaller in comparison. I don't think this is one you should be watching or trading. GE looking fabulous. That looks great. My namesake. How dare they sell it? This just doesn't look all that healthy. Box breakout. Drink. Netflix. Putting all the actors out of work, which probably is a good thing. Well, not Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is money. Any signals? This is a new IPO, which I decided to track, and it did have a signal right here. And look how it belly flopped that signal, so we'll keep an eye on it. Reddit, who cares about Reddit? Oil and gas going down. Root. That's a negative signal right there. Darn it. I kind of like this one, but the market's telling us had a wonderful uptrend, had its earnings had this big earnings bar right here. Inside, didn't resolve. Another inside, now it's resolved downwards. So for the time being, that one's not going to be exciting. Snow, pink bar, ooh, that might be worth shorting it. I shorted it once and made some money. Oh, no, darn it, wrong list. Bearish. So you see how I move stuff around, bullish, bearish. Ugh. I own this one, I probably need to sell it. I didn't want to sell it in there, but see right there? Probably need to take the money and run. And that's probably the thing, when you do get a signal, are you going to take it? Are you going to take the trigger? Well, you don't have to, but it's probably in your best interest to do so. That's the thing. And so far, so good. It was doing great. And then, the reality of its performance. Green, 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 and now red. All right. Is what it is. But got plenty of other stocks doing well, so I'm not worried about it right now. So that is the weekend review. Have a great, happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys do something fun. I will be out and about having some fun here in Florida, and talk to you next week. And one thing I am going to do is, because it's the end of the month here, we've got to look at monthly charts. And look at that. Maybe this is a reason for me to hang on to this one, because it's forming an inside bar on the monthly. And of course, if it triggers to the downside of the monthly, well, all right, definitely bail. But there might be some interesting insights on the monthly chart, which we don't see on the weekly charts. So stay tuned for that. Like, here's a great example. Yellow bar buy signals on GE, but you only saw them on the monthly. But so stay tuned, and otherwise I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.